I'm Atharsha Jayachelvan, and I'm a product marketing specialist here at Vena. I'll be walking you through our new account executive sales planning template that our team has released, where I'll go over the use case of the template and how you and your team can leverage it for your business needs. With our account executive sales planning template, you can input your sales planning information to obtain a granular view of the quotas and projected revenues for each member of your account executive team. It allows you to easily view revenue trends across periods and the total cumulative revenue for multiple years of planning. Let's jump into our template. So the first tab here is our instructions tab, which provides you with insights as to where you need to input details and guides you through the template so you can customize it to your team's needs. Next, we're going to jump into our controls tab. Here is where you input your data that connects to other tabs within the spreadsheet. It includes your start date, your end date, your average quota, and your average contract size each month for the year-end plan. It takes into account your quota increase from base 1 for year 1 and 2, along with the contract size increase from base for years 1 and 2. It also takes into account your average monthly expansion and your average yearly churn, which will help you project and determine your revenue throughout the year. This spreadsheet allows you to project up to 3 years of revenue by taking into account increases throughout the years. Let's jump into our next tab, which is our headcount and cost tab. This is where you input all of your employee information. You input your sales team members' names, their positions, their departments, salaries, and their start date along with their potential end dates. Your start date and salary will dictate the values populated in the employee cost section as monthly salary, which then calculates the total cost per month. It also allows you to plan employee headcount because it includes your existing employees along with your incoming or your to-be hired employee information. Next, let's jump into our position planning tab. This focuses on your incoming sales teams. It looks up whether it indicates to be hired, their start date, and their average salary to project the monthly salary for that employee and what their associated costs are for the next 3 years. And once you finish inputting information in all of these tabs, we're going to jump into our sales planning tab, which will show us a consolidated view of our information and our data. The first segment here is our quota planning, which calculates how much each employee's quota should be that month based on their quota expectation in the controls tab. It depends heavily on their start date and end date. As the year increases, it'll also take into account the quota increase your team set for year 1 and year 2 as calculations. It also takes their salary and their monthly costs and multiplies it by the quota for the first month, as you'll see here. Next section is our revenue from our current year, which looks at the average contract size per month set in the controls tab again, and it also takes into account the contract size increase established for year 1 and year 2, as you can see here. And our last section is our revenue section, which takes into account for churn and the cumulative revenue determined by your team. It adds your revenue from the previous month and then takes into calculation the monthly expansion and yearly churn for the next year numbers. And once you've consolidated all your information here, we'll jump into our last tab, which is our dashboard. Our dashboard helps us visualize our data that we were able to determine throughout the template. It can view by salesperson how much value they're providing to the team and how much revenue we're projecting year over year. It also allows you to view your revenue from your current year, your total revenue generated in graph forms, along with your current year expected revenue, your net employee revenue, your 3-year projected revenue, and more. That brings us to the end of our template demo. We hope you found this video and template helpful. If you would like to download this free Excel template and many more, make sure to check out our template library found on our website at venasolutions.com.